One of the things that I've been working on extensively is being able to just speak openly about myself and interacting with all types of people. Normally, I feel a lot more comfortable with people kind of at the same sort of social status as me. And then I feel very nervous whenever I am talking sort of upward mobily, right? So this is my thing that I really struggle with is talking to other people that, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I think that they're kind of on like, a higher status level than me. And I've very much been working on this in terms of interacting with them. And as I kind of get older, I, and it's not an age thing, I don't think. I have been trying to work on me being open with just being able to do my thing and being okay with who I am. And I think that has been the really difficult thing is me realizing that who I am is particularly important and particularly cool, no matter what I actually look like and what I've done and what I've accomplished. I'm pretty darn good who I am. And so by doing that, that kind of levels the playing field and makes me feel a lot more comfortable depending on who it might have been. And this is really, really ingrained in me as something that I've been working on for an extremely long time. And I think, this comes down to when I was in high school, I was really not a popular kid. I was well liked, but I was kind of like blended into the background, I guess, that nobody paid attention to me. And I always had this very strong emotional attachment with what it means to, I was always like a lonely kid, right? What it means to try to be at the upper echelons of society, whatever that is, right? It's so stupid. Um, and what I have worked on is realizing that I'm pretty darn good as it is. And I've been working on this kind of inner strength where I'm just realizing all of my warts that I think are warts, that I think are insecurities, that, like sometimes I stumble when I talk, sometimes, I kind of look funny, or sometimes I get embarrassed, like all of these kind of things. When I talk, I am okay. Like those are uniquely things that I offer that other people don't offer. Like, for example, the fact that I get embarrassed means I actually pick up on my sort of how I'm communicating with the world, right? And I'm okay with the fact that I get embarrassed, or the fact that sometimes I feel very self conscious with who I am. And I've been working on the fact that that is a pretty darn amazing thing, because that means I'm kind of receptive to other people, and how they think and they feel, and that is a gift that a lot of people just don't have, that it's taken me a long time to realize, like, wait a minute, that's an extraordinary gift. It's not a deficit in any sort of way, and I had this like really bizarro feeling that it was a deficit. um, I grew up in a really big family, and we always were, we didn't come from much, is what basically what I'm sort of thinking about, is that we always kind of, as a family collectively, I think we had these very big insecurities of that we are inferior in some sort of way, like we're problematic, and this is kind of deeply ingrained. I think about like my grandparents, for example, on both sides. I think about my parents. I think about almost all of us, that we have this like hang up of, I mean, in most of the sort of family members that I know, we have this hang up thinking that we're somehow inferior to somebody else. And it manifests in different ways, whether it's like talking a lot, whether it is, putting up these guards. And I'm really working on, damn it, like I'm pretty darn good, with everything that I have to offer. And I'm being more okay um, with with just being, open, whatever that might be, right? And I think that that is an extraordinary thing to learn. Now, does that mean that, I don't have troubles talking with somebody that, um, that maybe has a drug problem, or that, is a little scary on the street? Yeah, I mean, I really struggle with that as well. But do I feel as uncomfortable as I used to in terms of, communicating with upward mobility? No, not really. I think I'm losing that as I sort of work on this. But then as well, um, I would have had a much different conception of what it means for somebody being on the street, rather than, oh shit, they had like no social support. They have, all that sort of, they have things that they're working on that are unaddressed. My view of the world has become so much more empathetic, and realizing, like, when I see somebody that puts on airs and that is of a higher social status, I'm like, oh gosh, like they have a lot to work on. They've got some real issues that they're dealing with, that frankly I think we all can sort of learn from, and sort of work through it ourselves, right? And we're all sort of works in progress, but I think that's a super important one for me to deal with in the process is I'm just damn good. And realizing no matter who somebody is and what sort of level, quote unquote, level they are, that they're damn good too, but they're working through things at different ways in their life and different sort of steps in their life. And some people ignore that. And they really should be working through it, but they don't, which I think is most people. But, we're all at kind of different stages of how we're processing things and interacting with the world. And I have been working on just being okay. And if somebody was to look down on me or make me feel bad, man, they've got a lot to work on. They're just so not there in the journey yet to sort of be a little bit more easier on themselves more than anything. Ultimately, I think if somebody is not feeling good, they are about themselves, they lash out in different ways in the outside world. All right, take care and have a wonderful day.